Jai Hind, Happy Republic Day to you all, dear students. Freedom in the mind, pureness in our blood, pride in our souls, zeal in our hearts. Let's salute to our great India on the occasion of 72nd Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to you all. Dear students, we got independence on 15th August 1947 and our constitution came into existence on 26 January 1950. Dear students, our constitution came into existence on 26 January. So we have got fundamental rights, and you know students, among that fundamental rights, right to equality is the most beautiful flower. We can say that it is the most beautiful rainbow which has added many colors of happiness in everyone's life, even though that is poor or rich, boy or girl, man or woman, everyone is equal before the law. So let's see what is meant by right to equality. Right to equality is one of the 6 fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. It includes equality before laws, prohibition of discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender and caste or birthplace. It also includes equality of opportunity in matters of employment also. You know student, most important thing is that the article 14 to 18, you have to keep in your mind, article 14 to 18, it covers right to equality. The right to equality provides to the equal treatment of everyone before the law. Before the law, everyone is equal, even though it's rich or poor, boy or girl, man or woman, everyone is same before the law. This is a right to equality.
Dear students, let us now praise equality with a beautiful poem. Equality is a beautiful rainbow. Equality is a beautiful rainbow. It spreads the beautiful colors of happiness. Colors of happiness. Equality is the flower of daffodils. Equality is the flower of daffodils. Equality is the smell of lily. Equality is the smell of lily, which spreads the fragrance of joy. Which spreads the fragrance of joy. Equality is a color of love. Equality is a color of love, which remains everywhere the same. Which remains everywhere the same. Equality is the strength of nation. Equality is the strength of nation, which unite us together. Which unite us together. It is a beautiful flowery band. It is a beautiful flowery band, which keeps us together. Which keeps us together. It's the sunshine of the sun. It's the sunshine of the sun, which covers everything. Which covers everything. Equality is a beautiful rainbow. Equality is a beautiful rainbow.
Dear students, let's frame equality in the form of beautiful quotes. The first part of equality is the soul of liberty. There is, in fact, no liberty without it. Second part of equality is equality is not regarding different things singularly. Equality is in regarding different things differently. The third part of equality is human rights are not worthy of the if they do not protect the people we don't love as well as those we do. The fourth part of equality is peace can only last where human rights are respected, where the people are fed, and where individuals and nations are free.
जे हक्क पाहिजे ते सारेच दान करते, रक्षा तुझी नि माझी संविधान करते, आयुष्यमान करते आपुल्या भारताला, सुटलाच तोल अमुसा तर सावधान करते. आपण भारतीय राज्यघटनेतील स्वातंत्र्याचा अधिकार कलम 19 ते 22 अंतर्गत भारतीय नागरिकांना कोणकोणते अधिकार देण्यात आलेले आहेत हे जाणून घेऊया. भारतीय स्वातंत्र्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत भारतीय नागरिकांना 7 प्रकारचे अधिकार देण्यात आलेले आहेत. त्यापैकी क्रमांक 6 मधील अधिकार काढून घेण्यात आला आहे. आपल्याला राज्यघटनेने स्वातंत्र्याचे असे अधिकार दिलेले असले तरी कर्तव्ये आणि अधिकार या एकाच नाण्याच्या 2 बाजू आहेत. या हक्कांचा उपभोग घेताना दुसऱ्या व्यक्तीच्या हक्काचे उल्लंघन होऊ नये किंवा कोणाचे हक्क हिरावून जाऊ नये याची संपूर्ण खबरदारी आपण घेतली पाहिजे.
अभिव्यक्ती स्वातंत्र्य एक मानवी मूलभूत अधिकार. या अधिकाराअंतर्गत विविध पक्षांचे नेते सभा संमेलने आयोजित करीत असतात. या 2021 भव्य किसान आंदोलनाचे आयोजन करण्यात आले. शांततेने व विनाशस्त्र एकत्र जमण्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत विविध मंडळे, संघटना, विविध कार्यक्रम आयोजित केले जातात. अधिसंघ व संघटना बनविण्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत देशामध्ये शेतकरी देशव्यापी संघटना, विविध कामगारांच्या संघटना देशामध्ये यशस्वीरित्या काम करत आहेत. या स्वातंत्र्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत बाबा आमटे यांनी स्थापन केलेला आनंदवन. बाबा आमटेंनी स्थापन केलेल्या आनंदवनाने कित्येक कुष्ठरोग्यांना नवजीवन दिले.
भारताच्या राज्यक्षेत्रात सर्वत्र मुक्तपणे संचार करण्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत अनेक विद्यार्थी शिक्षणासाठी एका राज्यातून दुसऱ्या राज्यात किंवा एका शहरातून दुसऱ्या शहरात जातात. तसेच व्यवसायानिमित्तही अनेक व्यावसायिक आणि कर्मचारी एका राज्यातून दुसऱ्या राज्यात संचार करत असतात.
पुढचा अधिकार आहे भारताच्या राज्यक्षेत्रात कोणत्याही भागात राहण्याचा व स्थायिक होण्याचा अधिकार. कलम 19. कलम 19 नुसार आपण आपल्या राज्यातच नाही, आपल्या जिल्ह्यातच नाही, आपल्या तालुक्यातच नाही, आपल्या गावातच नाही, तर भारतातील कोणत्याही भागामध्ये, कोणत्याही राज्यामध्ये आपण स्थायिक होऊन राहू शकतो. स्वमर्जीने राहू शकतो, स्वमर्जीने घर बांधू शकतो. अशा पद्धतीने भारताच्या कोणत्याही भागामध्ये आपण राहू शकतो. आपल्याला राहण्याचा अधिकार आहे. स्वातंत्र्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत पुढील अधिकार आहे कोणत्याही पेशा आचरण्याचा अथवा कोणताही व्यवसाय, व्यापार किंवा धंदा घालण्याचा अधिकार. कलम 19 नुसार आपण स्वतःचा उदरनिर्वाह करण्यासाठी, स्वतःचं कुटुंब पालण्यासाठी कोणताही व्यवसाय सुरू करू शकतो. आपल्या अंगी असलेले जे कौशल्य आहे त्याला अनुसरून आपण कोणताही धंदा असो, व्यापार असो, व्यवसाय असो किंवा एखादा कोणताही पेशा असो तो सुरू करू शकतो आणि तसे काम करू शकतो. हे आपल्याला महत्त्वाचे अधिकार स्वातंत्र्याच्या अधिकाराअंतर्गत देण्यात आलेले आहेत आणि ते आपण पुरेपूर त्याचा फायदा घ्यायला पाहिजे आणि स्वतःचे अधिकार समजूनच, कारण स्वतःचेच अधिकार आहेत, स्वतःचे अधिकार समजून ते बरोबर त्यांचा बरोबर उपयोग करायला पाहिजे.
हमारे भारतीय संविधान में 6 मौलिक अधिकारों में 5वां मौलिक अधिकार है शोषण के विरुद्ध अधिकार. वास्तव में शोषण के विरुद्ध अधिकार का उद्देश्य एक वास्तविक लोकतंत्र की स्थापना करना. हमारे भारतीय संविधान में अनुच्छेद 23 और अनुच्छेद 24 में अनेक अत्याचारों, कुरीतियों और शोषण को समाप्त करने की व्यवस्था की गई है, जैसे कि मनुष्य के क्रय विक्रय पर प्रतिबंध, कल कारखानों में बाल श्रम पर निषेध. इसी प्रकार शोषण के अनेक रूप देखने को मिलते हैं, जैसे कि शारीरिक शोषण, मानसिक शोषण, आर्थिक शोषण, सामाजिक शोषण, भावनात्मक शोषण और बालिका उपेक्षा. जहाँ बालिकाओं की शिक्षा के संबंधी, जहाँ शिक्षा के अधिकारों से उन्हें वंचित रखकर उनका शोषण किया जाता था, वहाँ लड़कियों के लिए अनिवार्य शिक्षा की मांग करते हुए 14 वर्ष की आयु में तालिबानी की गोली का शिकार हुई पाकिस्तानी साहसी बालिका मलाला यूसुफजई को सन 2014 में नोबेल शांति पुरस्कार प्रदान किया गया है. आज मलाला यूसुफजई के साहसिक प्रयासों के कारण प्रत्येक बालिका शिक्षा का अधिकार प्राप्त कर रही है। मलाला यूसुफजई को बच्चों के अधिकारों की कार्यकर्ता के रूप में जाना जाता है। मलाला यूसुफजई के साहसिक कार्यों को अनेक पुरस्कारों से अलंकृत किया गया है। मलाला यूसुफजई के साथ ही 2014 में नोबेल पुरस्कार प्राप्त कैलाश सत्यार्थी एक भारतीय जो कि बाल अधिकार बाल श्रम के विरुद्ध के पक्षधर हैं। सन 1980 में कैलाश सत्यार्थी जी ने बचपन बचाओ आंदोलन की स्थापना की थी और इसी अपनी संस्था के द्वारा कैलाश सत्यार्थी जी ने अब तक 80,000 बच्चों की जिंदगी बचाई है। बाल मजदूरी समाप्त करने के अंतर्राष्ट्रीय वर्ष में फेयर चेयर फॉर चिल्ड्रन नामक अभियान की शुरुआत भी की गई है। और हाँ, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात, 2025 तक दुनिया में बाल श्रम को खत्म करने का लक्ष्य रखा गया है ताकि बालक बालिकाएं बाल मजदूरी जैसे अंधकार से ज्ञान के प्रकाश में आलोकित हो शिक्षा ग्रहण कर एक सम्मानीय नागरिक का जीवन जी सके। तो इस तरह से हमारा 5वां जो मौलिक अधिकार है वह है शोषण के विरुद्ध अधिकार। धन्यवाद।
Overview of the fundamental right of freedom of religion guaranteed by the Constitution of India under Article 25 to Article 28. Dalai Lama says the nice line, India has a great heritage and it is a model for religion harmony, where people of different religion live peacefully and in harmony.
We know Incredible India is the concept about tourism, but we can use it about a religion. We Indians are well known to the world for our religious cultural heritage as well as religious cultural diversity. There are number of things where we can show to the world how and in which form India is incredible and unparalleled in this entire world. In India, there are many religions: Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Parsi, Jain, Buddhism and Christianity. Even though after having many religions, there is unity in diversity and everyone has freedom of religion. Our constitution provides freedom of religion. Anyone can select religion according to his or her choices. There is no foundation, barriers in the path of selecting religion. So that is why India is incredible. If a person is Hindu but he likes the philosophy of God Jesus, he or she can surely opt for it. If you see all the religions in our beautiful tricolor with the name of different religion in the center of each religion, that's why the world called as Incredible India.
India has many religions and hundreds of customs and festivals. Many of these festivals are shared by communities across the country, it with the variation on their history, theme and method of celebration. Here are some of the biggest festivals of India like Ganesh Chaturthi, Durga Puja, Christmas, Baisakhi, Pongal and so on that celebrate the history, culture, traditions and different religions across the country. Not only the festivals of its own heritage, India is also known to adopt and accept the festivals of other religions and regions. Religious harmony in India is a concept that indicates here is love, affection between different religions in India. The Indian Constitution supports and encourages religious harmony. In India, every citizen has a right to choose and practice any religion. In our country, citizens are celebrating festivals. That means different religious people are joining on the occasion of different religious festivals to each other. In India, different religious traditions lie harmoniously. Seers of religions call for the religious harmony in India. India is the country of many diversities, especially in religion, like religious worship places and festivals of particular religion.
However, there have been numerous incidents of religious intolerance that resulted in riots and violence. Supreme Court of India has given the direction to be followed proper ways during religious festivals and rallies, but sometimes this is not followed by the people. For example, using of firecrackers and loudspeakers in religious festivals and religious rallies. But nowadays, Supreme Court has restricted on freedom of religious with respect to positive attitude.
The journey of words never come to end. Some lines on freedom of religion. Leaders of the world divide us into, but if I see it and you see it too, then why don't we raise our voice? And why don't we make a choice between what is false and what is true?
You worship Allah, I pray to Shiva, and someone adores Jesus. But aren't we all the same? We are humans after all, so why play with lives in a God's name?
In the end, I would say there had been no need of religion if we stand for truth, for love, and for reason. Don't you wish that too? Peace for everyone, for me and you.
The right of children to free and compulsory education Act or Right to Education Act is an act of the Parliament of India enacted on 4th of August 2009, which describes the modalities of the importance of free and compulsory education for children between the age of 6 to 14 years in India under Article 21A of Indian Constitution. India became one of 135 countries to make education a fundamental right of every child, and the Act came into force on 1st of April 2010. The title of the RTE Act incorporates the words free and compulsory. India is a land of innovators. Our sharp mathematical minds are valued worldwide. India forms a chunk of inventors. Our youngsters know getting education and using it for ourselves is not enough. If we use our education for social cause, then the main objective of education is achieved. There are some young innovators of our India whose story and creativity definitely inspire all the youngsters. See, here is an example of our young innovator, Nilesh Raj, who is the student of DAV Inter High School, Patna, who invented gas lighter to detect the gas leakage. Nowadays, we have read about many accidents, fire that take place because the cooking gas regulator was left on accident due to gas leak. Nilesh's idea is to have a gas lighter which can sense and indicate gas leakage before it is lighted. Thanks Nilesh for your creative innovation.
Let's meet our next innovator, a 8-year-old Saurabh Sarkar from West Bengal, who created Dysexa app and became the Silicon Valley program winner with the features like letter sounds, matching words to sounds, and the visual cues, colors, and their pronunciation. The app allows engagement in guided learning individuals to make learning easier for the children who are suffering with dyslexia. Thank you, Saurabh, for your wonderful innovation.
Now, our next innovator is Akrit Jaswal, an Indian adolescent who has been hailed as a child prodigy who has gained fame in his native India as a physician. Despite never having attended medical school, he gained fame for performing surgery at the age of 7. He performed an operation on an 8-year-old girl whose fingers were fused together after being burned. Akrit developed a passion for science and anatomy at an early age. Doctors at local hospitals took notice and started allowing him to observe surgeries when he was 6 years old. Inspired by what he saw, Akrit read everything he could on the topic. When needy family heard about his amazing abilities, they asked if he would operate on their daughter for free. Her surgery was a celebrated success. After the surgery, Akrit was hailed as a medical genius in India. Neighbors and strangers flocked to him for advice and treatment. At age 11, Akrit was admitted to a Punjab University. He is the youngest student ever to attend an Indian university. That same year, he was also invited to London's famed Imperial College to exchange ideas with scientists on the cutting edge of medical research. Thank you, Akrit, for your cooperation.
Now, welcome our next innovator, Ananta, a class 11 student from Arunachal Pradesh, who developed a pair of goggles to help the visually impaired to navigate hands-free. These goggles use echolocation technology used by bats to sense their surroundings. They work by alerting the wearers to object within 2 meters of its field view. His innovation won him the Dinanath Pandey Smart Fighter Innovation Award in March 2017, and UNICEF also expressed interest in refining his prototype in order to make it ready for the market. Thank you, Anand, for your creative invention.
Now meet new inventor Shahrukh, hailing from the Tamil Nadu town of Pallapatti. Shahrukh has truly achieved something special with the Kalamsat. The satellite will be launched by the US-based National Aeronautics and Space Administration, that is NASA, and the weight only 64 grams. Named after India's former president and nuclear scientist APJ Abdul Kalam. The satellite is slated to be launched from a NASA facility in Wheelops Island. The mission span will be for 240 minutes. The Kalamsat operating for 12 minutes in a microgravity environment, transported by suborbital flight. Shahrukh, in a conversation with Times of India, said the main role of satellite will be to demonstrate performance of 3D printed carbon fiber. We designed it completely from scratch. It will have a new kind of onboard computer and 8 indigenous built-in sensors to measure acceleration, rotation, and the magnetosphere of the Earth. The main challenge was to design an experiment to be flown to space that would it fit into a 4-meter cubic weighing 64 grams. Shahrukh project was sponsored by Space Kids India and points to his new interest in space. He has also subscribes to the NASA Kids Club.
Dear students, on this special day, we just want to tell you like this, young innovators, you can also use your own skill, creativity and intelligence for different innovations which are very useful in our every field of life.
Hello everyone, Happy Republic Day to everyone. Today we will discuss something about constitutional remedies. So we, the Department of Science, will tell something discussing about constitutional remedies. So constitutional remedies is a simple way to understand that constitution is what are the different principles and remedies what we are going to implement in that principle. So right to constitutional remedies, you can say in this manner. Now, as you know, fundamental rights, as there are certain fundamental rights which are given by Dr. Ambedkar. So these are certain fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So among these 6 fundamental rights, we will rather see something about constitutional remedies. So constitutional remedies is the Article 32. According to this article, right to constitutional remedies article was called the very soul of the constitution and very heart of it. So this statement itself says a lot. So it is the article which was given by Dr. Ambedkar, which says that empowers the citizen to move a court of law in case of any denial of fundamental rights. So as you know, these are the certain fundamental rights. If an individual feels that his right is not being fulfilled, so he can file against the constitutional remedies. So it empowers the citizen. So it empowers the citizen to go in a court and fight for his right. So this is constitutional remedies. So if we elaborate this constitutional remedies, which says that right to constitutional remedies was created as one of the main fundamental rights because the constitution recognized the need to protect the right of the citizen. So as you know that every citizen has this 6 fundamental rights. So fundamental rights protect all 6 rights about the constitution. So in case of any of the fundamental rights being deprived or denied to the resident of the country, the individual or the organization has the right to present the case in a court. So in this case, the court has the flexibility to assign rights to the public in the form of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. So in the case of a national emergency, the government has the flexibility to attend the right of the citizen. So according to the Article 32, Indian citizen can stand up and fight for the fundamental rights if they are breached. So happy Republic Day to everyone. Thank you.